Have you talked something about color before with Daniel or someone else?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but a little bit.
Mm-hmm. With whom?
With this one.
Oh, that's nice. What it what did it was?
It was about red color, about how color affects the image itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Like what?
Like what?
Yeah, how it impress or how it influence.
Actually, I remember we talked about vibrant colors
Mm-hmm.
and how they attract the attention.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Actually, I was taking a few courses before, but not about color.
Uh-huh.
Here, they were mostly about filmmaking, and we were coloring, like covering the topic of color,
Mm-hmm.
such as color meaning in film,
Mm-hmm.
etc. That's it. And also, we were taught how to use DaVinci Resolve.
Okay, so maybe you will answer some of the questions I will give here. Okay, the first answer or first question I have to you. Uh, so I'm starting with the question, literally.
Say gray.
Let's think about
I guess it's gray.
Yeah.
it. Because of background. No,
No.
no,
It's not that simple, yes.
no.
Maybe it's red.
But okay, to answer this question, we have to know what was the
Not
color
red.
of 2023.
Hmm?
What was the color of 2023?
Um, Violet magenta. I will show it.
All right.
It's not red itself. It's not gray itself. It's some of the shades of other color. So you can try to describe with other words like energetic, like calm, or I don't know, mystery, something like that.
Is it green?
No.
It's definitely red.
Okay, if we were talking about like red twice, I could say maybe.
I mean, it's the year of karma, so it's definitely
Year of what?
karma.
Karma? Where?
I mean, astrologically,
Uh-huh.
yeah, because whatever you do come to you, so that's definitely red.
Okay, interesting thing. But it's not based on the karma and yeah, it's a good thing to ask who is choosing what is the color. Um, and it's a good thing that you don't know because now you will. Peach fuzz or fuzz, I'm not sure. Um, Here you can see the Pantone trademark. It's a company that works with the colors. So I will talk about that company a bit later. But now you can see the color of 2024. How can you describe it? Hmm? Warm. Any other? Bright. Every answer is right if it's not incorrect. Okay, so it's peach. At least it's warm. It's kind of bright and maybe. Hmm? Yeah, it's orange. Like something in between of red and yellow. So it's kind of orange. Yeah. What do you think? Why they choose that company? Choose that color of the year. What's the reason why one color is the so important, or why they think that way. They have answer. Um, you can answer it with the feelings of that color. So you have a thing you want in your life, and like you have kind of gap of some feelings through the time, because we are now in a specific specific year. Every year it's a specific year, and every year they choose the new color. So now they think that one is fits with the time. Here is their description. So it creates meaningful moments together, like it create a feeling of home, coziness, and warm. So invite that warm, fuzzy feeling. So there is a landing page about each color, each year, and here was some like things with some words like embark on a series of things, walk, like send walk. So they have themes based on that color and based on the things we want to have. So when you find yourself searching for cozy moments, let Pantone, the number, each of us inspire you, flip through, discover ideas, share activities that anchored warmth from the outside in. So they think we don't have enough calmness, but in a way of home, warm, and cozy, like that kind of feelings. And also they make some goods you can buy officially with that color. In that year, it's not a lot. It's only like some shoes and some like paper things. I don't know how to say it. Okay, that's a thing you can buy. Why they are doing it? Just for fun, I think. I'm not sure. Just people want to have it. Let's see what was color of the year before. Viva magenta, not violet. So it's more dark. It's more like saturated, way more saturated. And it's magenta. Magenta, it's kind of pink, something between of red and purple. And they said that it because of AI or AI, artificial intelligence, and that one was created with AI. Why artificial intelligence is connected with a purple, like that kind of? What do you think? Okay, now you don't have answer. In the end, you will. And also, we can see here some bug also with that color. And previous colors look that way. So one of my favorite is Very Perry, 2022, purple. Here was two colors, gray and yellow, and etc. Oh no, that one was my favorite, not that one. Can you see the difference? Okay. So some of them was not that popular that year. So they are basically making trend forecasting. They are like talking that we will have that color meaningful for us through the year. And sometimes it works, sometimes not. For example, that one was totally not right in a way of like products, not in the clothes, all that stuff. But it also was important for social medias. So people made more photos of something connected with the nature that year. And it was kind of right, but not in a way people thought before. So they analyze data and have some patterns through the time, through the history, and make a, I don't know, they see future. Here is the thing with this trend forecasting and how it works. So it's more about like selling products, make it more like people want it. And that's the thing why they choose the color of the year. Who else could be that company who choose? I think some of Maya calendar or some other things, like I remember like Dragon Year, all that stuff. Is it Dragon Year now? Okay, so I think it's kind of Metal Dragon Year. Hello? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But there was also years with some connection with colors too. Which company also could be that decision maker? Just one or two. So you don't have association with a company and colors at all.
Just general, I don't see point of choosing color.
I mean, you just think that company is enough, like they know something about color. Not, I don't know, which type of company could choose.
I mean, smartphone companies do choose colors like all the time.
Of the, I don't know how to describe it. Like, yeah. Okay. They use it. Every company use the color to their products, and they could use that information. Hello. But who will say them that it's enough? Because it's going through the history, and we hasn't IT companies like not 10 years ago, like 50 years ago. And that was, they are work, I don't know, more than 100 years. Hmm?
Just a question in this first maybe can you know that one person is leading all the fashion companies? Something like that.
You mean Anna Victor?
Yes, something like that. Is the color maybe fashion industry can choose because the trends are coming from that.
Okay. That also the consumer of the forecasting, trendcasting. They are also in another way they work kind of together. So they have they took data from the like walks. How to say that walk? Like models walking on catwalk. Yeah. They every half year analyze the clothes and colors of clothes that like big fashion companies create. But who gave them that? Why they decided they should do it, not someone else? Like, what Pantone do? Not only analyzing data, they started after.
I guess Pantone creates colors, unique colors for the year, and the designers, the fashion industries use this color in order to add it to their product.
Maybe I heard the right answer in the beginning. I'm not sure. Like that company, it's a very easy answer. They are not only forecasting, trendcasting, all that stuff. They are also make a paintings, like not paintings, paint, like tints, all that stuff. So they made that thing. So you have a code for each color, and you can buy it, like say to them, I want that color, like maybe for walls here, or I don't know, for something else. And you will get exactly the same color you wanted. So they started to it a long time ago, and it was one of the first companies that create that word I forget, proprietary system. So you can find not every color exists, but exactly the same. They will be in a different part of the world. It works like water. Each molecule of water have like HOH, like H2O, like oxygen, hydrogen, all that stuff. And here is the same. So you have like kind of molecules like of paint. Basically, we print with CMYK. Is it the right pronunciation? CMYK of that thing. Okay. They are using like in a printers on the paper. It's combination of cyan. Cyan is like kind of blue. Hello. Magenta. Magenta, we saw it before. Something between purple and red. Yellow and K is black. I'm not sure why they choose K. It's kind of the end of the word black. Why is not? It's not B because of blue. Blue is also like B is a shorter version for RGB at least. So CMYK is combination of 4 colors. Like you create it right in front of you. So you put paper in a printer and it prints with the 4 colors, with a yellow, with blue, with magenta and black. And Pantone work differently, so they create the color itself. So you have some can with exactly the same colors you want. So all of that paint have that name, VSM, and some numbers. So here's some more information about that. Oh, and CMYK is less wide, so it's more have some borders. You cannot create some other color that not fits in that field. Yeah, kinda. And here is more flexible, but you choose color and use it. And if you want more, like other color, you need to use chemistry and make additional one. So it's how Pantone works. Why they choose the colors, who decide that, and the reasons why they decide fuzz, like per peach fuzz, and like Viva Magenta, all that stuff. And now we can talk about the part that you already talked with Zandra. It's the some details that each color has. Like we can call the color red, we can call that wall maybe yellow, that wall I think blue, like ceiling is kind of gray or white, but it's more like shades of each color. And what, like, I don't know how to say it. What's the difference? How can we change the color? It could be an answer. It could be a question, like how we change the color, like not only red and red, no, red and blue, but also with the shades of red. How it's changing.
With the end, sometimes like the bright color can be very cold, just like that orange color that is for 2024, because the basic orange is very bright and vivid, and that orange for 2024 is really calm, like pastel tone. And the same for other colors, I guess. It can be very calm ones or really bright, vivid ones. And like the blue that we have here is not really dark one. It's more about brighter version. So depending on how bright, calm, or vivid the color is, we can make the shades.
Okay, yeah, that's right. At least we have a brightness of color. We'll also have like more warm or cold version, a cool version of each color. So like green could be warm, like more to the yellow, or cool in a way of like to the blue. It could be bright, like bright blue is like sky, or dark blue is maybe navy, or all that type of things. So let's kind of basic red, a bit darker, a bit warmer, but in a way of basics. Here is other shades, and on the projector it looks differently. So we can see here is kind of bright, kind of gray. It's pink. It's the shades of red, if you don't know. So that one is dark, desaturated. That one is much saturated than others, but you can see it. Here is kind of in between, like kind of with a gray and all that stuff. So here is even a bit look, I don't know, chocolate. No, that one is kind of chocolate or wine. Here is the thing we can add in each color. We can add white, gray, or black. So if we will take red and put there tones of black, it will be some kind of that. If we will choose white, it will be something like that. If we will choose gray, it could be like that or that. And we can combine it with a different additional paint. So basically it's kind of that way or maybe that way, and we change it with the additional paint. And we can use that two words, saturation and brightness. So brightness, it's dark or bright. Saturation, it's additional gray. So it's more vivid or gray. Here is the thing, how you can define each shade. You can see that here is saturation is not the same for each line. For like brighter, it's not a lot of options of saturation, and for the 5, for the level of like something in between, it's the most variable shades of red. It's just work that way. You can use it, but I don't have an answer why. It's just a guy. His name is Mansell. Yeah, it's surname. It was, I think, more than 200 years ago, and he made research how people perceive the color, and he made a few atlases for like each color. So he asked people, do you think that color is brighter than that one? Is that one more saturated than that one? And made like something that works for every person who is not colorblind. Yes, so here you can see that it works differently for different colors. So here is yellow, and it's more grades of saturation in the highest level than, for example, with a red or with a blue. Blue is 5 from the top, and here is 3 from the top, and here is 4. So it's not the same for each color. For purple, it's even less grades, so it's up to 5. And for yellow, it's up to 7. For blue, 6. For 7. Oh, for red, it's 8. So all of that based on our perception. How can we use it? It kind of means that yellow color, like saturated yellow color, brighter than saturated blue. So it will works that way, that we see like yellow is like volume on the background. So if we will put a yellow and there will be blue on the backdrop, that means that we have yellow object on background. And if it will be opposite yellow on background and object will be blue, we will feel it as a whole, not as a like volume, like inside, not outside. So it works as I forget how to say it. Like when you're making makeup, you can have shades like for cheekbones or highlighter. So you can highlight your cheekbones and make a shade. So if it will be in color, better to use yellow on as highlighter and blue as shade. And it works for other ways too. So if you're making like illustration, better to have blue shade than yellow. And here is from the black to white. In between, there is a few shades actually, but you can see it because of projector. And the main important thing for us, what's the time now? 10. And how much time do we have?
40 minutes.
Okay. We will have time for that thing, and yeah, maybe a bit for last one. So emotions. I also heard that you all talked something about that. So, and we also talked about it in beginning, like beach is kind of home, cozy, and all that stuff, like a plate that we can cover ourselves. And each color have that association, like uh, someone also talked about red, that red is like energetic and power and something maybe dangerous. And hello, it's the easiest way to make a first impression on person who are the observer. You can pay attention, you can put something inside of your like message. Yeah, I just remembered how it works, but I think it's the additional theme we can talk later, like how we see color itself. So why it works that way. It's because of our eyes and that stuff. There is some things. Okay, it's not for today. And the thing people maybe not everyone understand that we have that idea that provides through the each color, but every of them have at least two ways we can use it, in a good way or in a bad way. And also it depends on shade. So if it's darker, it's more gloomy. If it's brighter, it's more positive. If it's vivid, it's also more positive. But for brighter, it's more like, I think, calm. We decrease the level of influence of the color. We additionally have influence of white. So white, gray, and black also have some idea through it, but it's more flexible because it fits with every other color. How would you describe that color?
Calm.
Calm.
Sad.
Sad. You used the words that I put in my presentation next after. So yeah, that calm, that sad, and some additional things. If you will check on some designer web pages, like pages for designers, is like kind of Wikipedia but differently, you can find something like that, like trust, peace, loyalty, integrity, conservatism, and fragility. Fragility. I don't know how to pronounce it. Fragility. I think so. So it's more in a way of like logos, like Facebook. That's the way people described at least Facebook 10 years ago. So it's the reason why Zuckerberg chose blue color is because it's neutral for each person. It's less people call it the worst color. So more people have.
More people like it.
Yeah, not like, it's opposite of like.
They don't
Less
like it.
people unlike blue. That way. But it's more neutral for that reason. So it's because of it's more neutral. Yeah. And about emotions again. Have you seen that?
Yes.
It's a good thing. Because do you see they are different colors?
Yes.
And each of them is a character of emotion. So that one, I think it was fear. That one is kind of disgust. I don't know what to say. Discussion? No, disgust. Sadness, happiness, angry. Um, and you can see it through their like face impressions, also through their colors, through the design. That they have a like fire on his hat. She's lame, and her eyebrows is kind of like that. That's the way our emotions is. If you will describe emotions through the colors, you just can use that. And here is two kind of opposite, but it's not, ways, things you can provide through the color. So red is energetic, but also an angriness, as that guy. Yellow is joyful, but kind of impatient. Or sometimes childish. Green is about balance, but also about the things like here is, I said, betrayal, because you can have a poison and you will like be like more greeny. Also in a games, in movies, in all that stuff, it's oftenly use green for poison. Have you seen that? And it works not only with the poison, also with snakes. They all more green than not, and we don't have only green snakes. It's connected with the idea of like snakes have a poison. And what else? And sometimes it works with the radiation, X-ray things. So kryptonite. What else? Just basic radiation with a. I forget all that stuff, like all the chemistry. That's I talked about it like 10 years ago last time. Can you remember any of the radiation materials, please? Yeah. Okay. And it also works as poison. So it's destroy our bodies, our nature, and it's kind of opposite. Like balance as nature and destruction in a different ways. And we can find the reason why it works that way for each color. So red is a fire, but also a blood. A yellow is a sun, and we are happy to have sun. Without sun, it will be darker here. Blue is calm and sad, as you said. And purple is not that easy to understand, but if you see, you kind of understand. It's like imagination, magic, all that stuff, and immature. Do you understand why it started to work that way? Why it begins to associate with imagination? Have you have any guesses? Okay. You can find that answer in the book. It's Michael or Michel, I'm not sure, Pasturo. It's like Pastoyreay. Like kind of difficult, maybe French name. He made a book for almost each color. So he's working now on that project. At least there are 6 books. So black, white, yellow, blue, green, and red. At least, maybe more. And purple is the color of royal family. It's a color of mystery, and it's a color of magic. Royal color because of physical thing. You cannot create purple easily 500 years ago. You can find yellow, you can make some beige things using just dirt. Like put your clothes in the dirt, add some water, wait a bit, and after clean in the river, and it will be kind of yellow. You also can make black with a coal. To create white, it's harder because you need some something to bleach. I don't know how we can bleach clothes. And for purple, it's harder. You need to have that things. It's small in the ocean, like animals, not animals. Like crabs, but a bit different. So you need a lot of that. It's like shells, like something like shells, or bugs, to create a purple pigment. And only rich people can do it. If you need a lot of rare material, it will be it means that it costs a lot and you are a rich person. And royal family can get purple, basic person cannot, and that's the reason why purple is a color of rich and royal, especially because one time they are made a special law that if you are just rich person, you cannot have a purple cloth. Like there was about 100 years ago, I think in UK, there was a law that you just cannot do it. It's I don't know what was what they will do with you if you will wear it somewhere inside of your castle. But it was, I think, in a way of religion too. You can read it later if you want. There is a very interesting story about it. And the last thing that we will talk today is the color wheel. Have you heard about color wheel itself, or Johannes Itten? Have you heard about some of them?
The color.
Yeah. Nice. Actually, we have a few color wheels, but the most popular nowadays is his one. It looks that way. No, it looks that way, and we will come back soon. We talked about the influence of color, like red, maybe angriness, maybe some other way. Depends on we have other in context. And if we will use it, we can do something like that. Like all image is red. Or it could be the whole image is kind of yellow or white. Have you remember the popularity of beige color combination with a whole total look with some kind of shades of beige? Okay, it was about 3 years ago, or maybe 4. A lot of companies, like fashion companies, made the whole collection with that color. And if we will combine color like red with red, blue with blue, yellow with yellow, do you understand what I'm talking about? It's just strange. And color wheel is the thing to combine colors. We have different ways to combine. One way is complementary. So it works as like place of each color, works as usual natural things like maybe a rainbow, like red, orange, yellow goes to green, to blue, and to purple. So also the same way. But it's a circle, a wheel, and if you want to have complementary combination, you use the opposite sides. So green with red, yellow with blue. We also got something like that before. And it additionally gives us more kind of saturation. So one of the color is more like catchy for us. And usually one we use for background, kinda more space, and one is the main thing. So the thing we want to pay attention. Here is example. The whole Dior's company that year, it's not that year, but I don't remember when, was based on that. So yellow with a blue, yellow with a purple. Let's back. Purple, there was bright blue, so kind of orange and kind of yellow. It would be better if they change here the shade, made one more orange, because here they looks at least kind of the same. I mean yellows. And we also have other example, red and green. Also, you can see to the wheel, and green and red is the opposite colors. And here is just red with just green, and shade of red is pink, and again green. And you can see that that one is kind of basic green, that one is kind of warm. Do you see that,
Yes.
that it's warm? And also, if we will move to here is what's red and green, and if we will move that way, there is more pink. That means that we will move here to the yellow side. So that's the reason why they change the shade of it, like hue. With other things, I will show you pictures, but not talk much about it, because it's not often things. Only for one thing, there are more attitude that usually people use. Split complementary works the same way as complementary, but it's less contrast. So here is the 3 colors. And it looks that way. So it's more kind of difficult images, like in a color way. So every time, but when you have more, it's more difficult than if you have less. Understand why? Here is 3 colors: green of hair, yellow of skin tone, pink, that red. Also, here is red, greenery blue, and yellow, orange yellow. We also can have 3 colors in triad version. The farthest is the most far colors in a wheel. It's often was used in Bauhaus and neoplasticism. It's like I don't know how to describe it. It's like kind of like there was at least one important artist who used that as the main 3 colors. So he used red, yellow, blue, and white. So it's a reference they used for that style of basketball things. It was also the whole collection in Yves Saint Laurent with the same color combination. Analogous. We also talked about monochrome in the beginning. If you have red and red, it's monochrome scheme. I'm not sure. So analog work as you have close hues to each other. So if we will take blue, purple, and pink, it will be analog combination. If we will take that, it also will be. Yeah. And here is examples, like different shades of yellow, red, and orange here. Red, magenta, and purple and blue. Here's even 4 colors in that line. So here is usually 3 colors, but they made more on the left image because of the gloves. If it would maybe purple, it could be more simplified image. And the last 2 things is square and other way of square. It's the rarely used color combination because it's hard to yeah, not only even combine, even just see at them is like not very easy. Like you need to have attitude, like capacity for that. Like it's at least bright. If it's distorted, it's easier, but in real life, it's not very comfortable. And that's the way how people use it. More about like Y2K as a style. If you know, you know. And in futurism, and also in more about teenagers. And also you can see even here, it was so on the left image, it was so much things that they are at a lot of white to balance it. And all other things was as simple as possible. Like here is basic composition, here is basic poses. Here is the only one thing is difficult here is color. So even if it would only 3 colors, it will be the way more easier. But if we will use yellow, blue, and that orange that it's not red, it's kind of like brick color, and desaturate that one and that one to the gray, all the image will like destroy it because it should be red, not orange. If we don't have that kind of light blue. And the last one is rectangle. It's kind of the same as here was square, and the rectangle worked the same way, but it's more retro. So it's more about the past, because colors, it's not that bright, that combination. It works that way and that way. Also, the thing here is if you will put one color out, it will be strange. So we have red, green, blue. Here is also red. Where is the 4th color? Okay, I lost that. Let's do it here. Red, purple, blue, yellow. If it will be without, for example, maybe blue, it will be a bit unbalanced. It will be like strange for our eyes, and we will not understand why. It's the strangest way here. It's just don't work. And I think it's the end. No? Here is some tips for you. Color wheel you can find on color.adobe.com. It's work that way. You just choose here harmony. We talked before, like complementary, split complementary, and all that others. Choose the one main color you already have, and it will find you the good looking combination. If you need it for example, like kind of web page, for design, everywhere you can just use where you can pick color. For photography, it's harder. You need to edit, and there is more shades. Here is kind of palettes than other people did. You can also find it on that website, color.adobe.com. And the last thing, almost everything that I said was based on the book, Elements of Color, and there also was version with the name Art of Color. It's also translated in Russian if you are Russian speaker. So it's a book of Johannes Itten that we also reference to him in the beginning of the blog about the color wheel. And here also he said about like that we can see figure and background, like that game, that one image, one color is more fits in a way of background, other one works for figure things. Now I think it's the time for questions.